Where's Craig? And sorry, Andrew. No. You.
Yeah.
Other Andrew.
You will do. Tēnā rā koutou, me noho tātou, please be seated. Kia whae kororia kia ihoa ki ronga rawa, kia maunga rongo ki te whenua me ngā whakaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. Tēnā koutou, nau mai haere mai. Kei te tuahuriri ki te taha a ngā rangatira nei o te whariwānga o Waitaha ki te mihi atu ki a koutou. Nō reira ngā whānau katoa, wha haere mai nei no tika Māui, kei tui te moana nui a Kiwa, me ngā whānau kiko nei i te Waipounamu. Nau mai, haere mai, keiko nei tātou, kia mihi atu kia rātou, o mātou tauira, ka nui a tātou. Nō reira, keiko nei tātou, kia whakanui ai tō koutou rā i te rā nei. Nō reira, kei te mihi tātou, kia koutou katoa, kia whakanui ai tō rā. On behalf of Ngai Tuahuriri and Ngai Tahuti, we're honoured today to stand with the University of Canterbury to welcome all of the families from overseas, from the North Island and throughout the South Island who have come here today to celebrate the graduation of our students before us. So on behalf of Ngai Tuahuriri, Tātou Katoa, congratulations, let's celebrate, Piki te ora, Piki te kaha, Piki te māngatanga.
Te whetu marama, marama o te hahira tāna. Te whetu marama, marama o te hahira tāna.
Ngā iwi katoa, ngā whānau katoa, tēnā koutou, nau mai haere mai.
Ka tangi te titi, ka tangi te kaka, ka tangi hoki ahau. Tihei moriora, raurangatira mai, no mai, piki mai, hari mai. Ki te whare, wananga o Waitaha. No reira, tēnā koutou, kia ora tātou katoa. I welcome you all to the University of Canterbury graduation and invite all present to stand, remove trenches and join in the singing the Māori and English versions of the first verse of the national anthem as in your program and displayed on the screens behind me. Please be seated. Tēnā koutou, kua hui hui mai, e te rānei, e te mana whenua, ngā tuhuriri, kei timahi. Kia ora and welcome to this University of Canterbury graduation ceremony. Ko Suma Komakaho, the Chancellor of the University of Canterbury. I'm very pleased to be welcoming you all here with us today at the close of this extraordinary year. I would like to start by thanking and acknowledging our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Cheryl Delaray, who has led us through the COVID-19 pandemic with foresight and empathy. The Council acknowledged the way management and staff responded to the COVID-19 pandemic, who have made personal sacrifices and quickly adopted new ways of working. We thank you all for your adaptability, perseverance, and commitment to our students' learning as you balanced your own research and personal commitments. This year, our partnership with Ngāi Tuhuriri has continued to grow. We are working together to ensure that the University's commitment to and relationship with the Runanga is included in all aspects of university life and to provide strengthened educational opportunities for our Māori students. We acknowledge and thank the Runanga for their work in ensuring that this partnership is meeting those needs and building new opportunities for our students. So today is graduation day, which marks the end of your current study at the University of Canterbury. The reason we are all here is to celebrate your achievements and your hard work, to pay thanks to your lecturers who have taught and guided you and who have supported you in a difficult year to assist your learning off campus and online. It is also time to thank your family, whānau and friends who have supported you, encouraged you and picked you up when you have needed it the most. We all celebrate your success with you. You are now embarking upon a new journey at work and future study, or maybe taking some time out to relax. You may have goals or have made plans for yourselves, many of which with COVID-19 may now be up in the air, but you will be just fine. As modern graduates, you are likely to have more than one job or career in your lifetime. Take the time to reflect and to figure out what your next steps might be. Goals and plans will shift and change, and your destination may not be the first port of call as you always imagined, and that is okay. With that in mind, my challenge to you all is to show the world how your University of Canterbury education and experience has enabled you to develop the skills and the character to make meaningful contributions to your whānau, friends, workplaces and communities. No matter the scale, your kindness, your courage, your academic rigour, your leadership and your passion can be harnessed to make a difference in the world. You have the knowledge and the education to translate your skills into action. Our individual success is only achieved and measured through our collective success. Speak up, have a voice, be honest and open, and do not be afraid. There is a lot to be done out in this world. Now's your time to go out and do it. Most importantly, I wish you fun-filled, wonderful and happy lives. We know how hard you have worked, how committed and dedicated you have been to get to this very special moment. And as graduates, you will now become University of Canterbury alumni. He mihi nui kia katoa katoa. Congratulations to you all. I now convene a ceremony of the University of Canterbury for the conferment of degrees and the receipt of diplomas. In the name of the University of Canterbury, I, Susan Mary Anna McCormick, Chancellor, now confer degrees in the University upon those about to be presented. I call upon the Dean of Academic Governance, Dr. Ross James, to introduce those who will present the graduands. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
I call upon the Dean of Postgraduate Research, Professor Megan McAuliffe, to present the doctoral graduands.
Doctoral degrees are the highest academic qualifications awarded by the University of Canterbury. They are a mark of intellectual ability, critical thinking, and independence. In your graduation program, there is a short description of the research conducted by each of the doctoral graduands. As each walks across the stage, the title of their doctoral thesis will appear on the screen, and members of their supervisory team here on the stage will stand to acknowledge the student's achievement. Chancellor, I have the honour to present these graduands for the conferment of degrees. Doctor of Philosophy, Mehdi Abdullahirad in Earthquake Engineering. Rory Michael Scott Clifford in Human Interface Technology. Sarah Louise Howe in Bioengineering. Thomas Frederick Meeklem in Chemical and Process Engineering. Oscar Torres in Mechanical Engineering. Mayank Tripathi in Earthquake Engineering. Matthew Samuel Young in Mechanical Engineering.
I call upon the Dean of Engineering, Associate Professor Shane Gooch, to present the graduands in his college.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present these graduands for the conferment of degrees and the receipt of diplomas and certificates. Master of Engineering with Distinction, Thomas Ingalls James Galbraith. Robert Michael Hockey. Joshua Jean Milligan. Timothy Clary Peterson. Tate James Steele. David Johannes Vanderbilt. Master of Engineering with Merit, William Patrick Austin. Master of Engineering, Courtney Ann Clark. Nicholas Ryan Jackson. Beban Jose. Master of Civil Engineering with Distinction, Shadra Agwala. Xiao Tong Li. Young Soo Ryu. Stephen James Wakefield. Master of Civil Engineering with Merit, Joseph Alfredo Barrios Poeto. Rahul Chandrasekhar. Andreas Felipe Goana Dusan. Mona Hakimian. Chitu Monila. Lung Dok Huang Guang. Deepak Vishwanathan. Master of Civil Engineering, Basavanekta. Hang Jong Cha. Roshi Dugal. Venkat Sai Amkat Ganti. Talish Ibrahim. Arati Mangala Kumari Nia. Pranav Sutir Nemjoshi. Fatima Jasmine Nashad. Tarundu Shirantha Serena Yigay Wirasa Karaka. Geo Woon Soong. Sweta Raji Swari Venkaratamam. Yinshi Wei. No, it's not on my... Oh, sorry. Alexander Ernest Sutherland. Master of Engineering Studies with distinction. Do we need to go back? Okay. I am ticking them off up here. Swata Rajeshwari Venkarataraman. Yinshi Wei. Master of Engineering Studies with distinction, Omar Abu Hashar. Master of Engineering Studies with merit, Islam El Said El Sa9 Abulis. Vinay Danikila. Rajashakar Ramesh. Akaresh Suresh Chand Sharma. Mushkan Validan Asal. Tafig bin Anua. David Michael Lever. Grace Munro Nichols. Aravind Babu Deepak Karayal Ramesh. Master of Architectural Engineering with merit, Tony Cristianto Garcia. Ye Ma. Master of Architectural Engineering, Amy Ellen Joshua. Shavika Nagare. Master of Human Interface Technology with distinction, Laura Jane Elizabeth Jack Dash. Master of Human Interface Technology, Gonzalo Ignacio Suarez Venegas. Bachelor of Engineering with First Class Honours and Bachelor of Arts, Andrew Craig Spearman. Bachelor of Engineering with First Class Honours and Certificate in Languages, Andrew Stewart Holden. Bachelor of Engineering with First Class Honours, Nicole Louise Adams. Sam George Anand. Sam William Archie. Ezekiel Adamo Badamondi Kakapo. Anushka Bhatt. Kaya Marie Bishop. Matthew James Blake. Michael Thomas Burns. Jake Liam Brunton. Christopher James Cameron, Senior Scholar. Adam Conway. Jack Beaumont Davies. Rewiti Paul Davis. Tobias Merlin de Ridder. Edwina Dorothea Maria Dow de Quadros. Jessica Dunn. Ryan David Erica. Savannah Renee Egerton. Claudia Rachel Field. Jessica Amy Gale. Luke Morgan Gemmell. Luke Harnell Poe Graham. Emma Abigail Gregg. Robert David Grove. Ash Gupta. Segan Harashi. Simon Henry Holden. Benjamin Charles Hull. Lewis John. Eric Robert Georgensen. Sarah Ellen Kennelly. Dana Helena Lambert. Richard Murray Leacock. Ambrose Joseph Ledbrook. Alvin Yuting Lee. Rebecca Louise Lindsay. Juliet Marion Lockland. Zoe Elizabeth McCoy. Findlay Claude McRae. Joshua Paul Cassidy Michael. Matthew Henry Derek Minish. Rekha Kim Norman, Senior Scholar. Gavin Ming Hang Ong. Daniel William Page. Jack Murray Pilot. Annabelle Elizabeth Ritchie. Oliver Bearford Sharplin. Jesse Patrick Sheehan. Vikas Shenoy. Benjamin John Tate. Dylan George Trott. Samuel George Vandalen. Charles Addison Walsh. Joshua Thomas Webb. Bachelor of Engineering with Second Class Honours Division 1 Postgraduate Certificate in Business and Diploma in Languages, Thomas Patrick Maslin. Bachelor of Engineering with Second Class Honours Division 1 and Bachelor of Science, David Michael Klein Ovink. Bachelor of Engineering with Second Class Honours Division 1 and Diploma in Global Humanitarian Engineering, Ella Frances Sophia Guy. Craig William Stocker. Sarah Marie Wibley. Bachelor of Engineering with Second Class Honours Division 1 and Certificate in Languages, Clark Alistair McFadden.
The music interlude. It is my pleasure to introduce performer-composer Rakutu Kurano. Rakutu is a completing Bachelor of Music student who has majored in both performance and new music at UC's Te Kurupuru School of Music this year. Here is what Rakutu has said about his recently released single, Fantail in Tokyo. A fantail wanders into the city of Tokyo, a busy city that never goes to sleep. Flying between the high-rise buildings, the fantail explores the city. Will it call Tokyo its new home? Please now welcome onto the stage Rakutu Kurano, joined by Maggie May and Jonathan Tanner from the Christchurch Symphony Orchestra to perform Fantail in Tokyo.
Bachelor of Engineering with Second Class Honours, Division 1. Zarifa Waziran binti Abdul Rashman. Ahmed Azrif bin Ahmed Fuad. Janaraya binti Ahmed Reza. Daniel Paul Alabaster. Matthew Craig Anderson. Jeremy Ashton. Oliver Booth Beach. Lachlan James Brewster. Vivek Chandra. Daniel Benjamin Davies. Michael Curtis Gallagher. Zai Chi Gao. Joshua Adam Gibbons. Hamish Cameron Goldsworthy. Joseph Wilkes Green. Manu Francis Hamblin. Brendan James Hennessy. Logan Holden Body. Hugo Alexander Francis Carl. Andrew David Limmerwood. Dominic Jack Lyne Smith. Leo Lloyd. Alexandra Christine Mace Cochran. Muhammad Daniel Hayad bin Muhammad Farouz. Callum John Robertson Mulligan. Grayson Edward Minott. Edward Kataro Popham. John Patrick Nichols Purser. Molly Collins Louise Ramsey. Luke Alexander Redinger. Abdul Razim Sharif bin Rashid. Kyle Philip Leighton Ryland. Lisa Shirkrell. Prayesh Keaton Shah. Max Isaac Taylor. Rebecca Jasmine Till. Charles William Wallace. Hannah Rachel Wise. Jared Brett Wilson. Wing Yu Wong. Matthew Robert Wonkum. Anna June Thompson Woods. Tessa Olivia Wright. Liam Mark Francis Yaxley. Hong Ji Yu. Bachelor of Engineering with Second Class Honours Division 2, Isla Sheena Black, Shuo Chai, Vin Donald Carthy, Min Jong Cho, Timothy Joseph George Dodd, Reuben Sherman Eggers, James Paul Kendrick Ellis, Kate Jane Gilbertson, Max Ryan Goddard Winchester, Liam Kelvin Haig, Mohammed Hussain, Patrick William Hewitt, Elise Marie Howe, Shuai Huang, Sebastian Joshua Jones, Daniel John Joblin Kelly, Purampara Koi Rala, Pan Haram Li Jin, Kevin Perry Liam, Oliver James Lyons Smith, Ryan Waring McCormick, Hugh Thomas McCosham, Keaton Robert Charles Myberg, Matthew Tabora Northcott, Michael Graham Perry, Mateo Weramu Poe, Timothy Robin Townsend, Kazuki Christopher Sukeji, Gwyn Tao Wen, E. Yuan, Bachelor of Engineering with Third Class Honours, Hamish Eden Barclay, Joshua Jeffrey Benson, Samuel Esha Crawley, James Guy William Curry, Nicholas William Kennedy, Justina Louise Mayos, Hayden Andrew McKegney, Michael Luke Mardrew, Jion Park, Arun Raju, Samuel James Stanton. Bachelor of Engineering, Luke James Cody. Bachelor of Product Design and Certificate in Commerce, Callum Timothy Ricks. Bachelor of Product Design, Andrew Robert Bangkok. Ian Richard Bressler. Catherine Rosamond Bridgeman. Gemma Margaret Burnside. Jiang Chen, Erin Nicole Crisnell, Phoebe Ashna Clements, Caitlin Sarah Dow, Andrew James Glover, Jessica Susan Grosling, Ben Harsley Graham, Harriet Catherine Ann Graydon, Rebecca Jane Gutzel, Bannon Max Hopman, Holly Rose Hunt, Esther Kim, Ashley Rose Knight, Dylan Scott Lee, Emma Rose Lindsay, Kai Seong Lit, Kyle George Mace, Bethany Alice Manning, Callum Patrick McGregor, Liam Nathan Miller, Natasha Louise Milton, Christina Helen Nelson, William George Page, Caleb Phillips, Timothy Joshua Proctor, Rapunzel Navaja Raz, Thea Lucille Roman, Kyman James Collins Suttung, Madison Georgia Tate, Gemma Ann Thompson, Bethany Ann Versey, Nicholas Charles Trethewey Eel, Sophie Ellen Williamson, Heidi Hai Tao Wong, Master of Forestry Science with Distinction, Zanina Jo Whiteley. Bachelor of Forestry Science, David Wior Tirangi Beach.
As an alumnus of both the University of Canterbury and Harvard Business School, Matt Bishop is the founder and managing director of BVT Engineering. The company has grown exponentially under Matt's leadership, which is driven by his vision to revolutionize the engineering industry, and he works hard to shake up traditional ways of working in favour of more progressive thinking. BVT is proud to be a founding partner of the Diversity Agenda movement in New Zealand, seeking to drive change to the gender imbalance in Aotearoa, New Zealand's engineering and architecture firms, with a view to increasing the number of women in their business sector beyond 20%. Matt fosters a culture that rewards creativity, curiosity, and collaboration. He believes in hiring the best and brightest, like those of you here before us today, investing in the development of his staff and giving them opportunities to shine. As one of New Zealand's leading engineering advisors, Matt is a highly sought-after public speaker, and we are grateful to have him here today. Assembled guests, please join me in welcoming Matt Bishop to the lectern.
Thank you for that very humbling introduction. Greeting everybody. My congratulations to today's graduates and their proud parents. My admiration to the university faculty and the hard work you've put into a very challenging year. And my thanks for inviting me to say a few words today. I graduated myself from Canterbury as a mechanical engineer in 2004. And getting my degree became the starting point for quite an adventure. I'm loath to call it a career as such. It's pretty hard to draw a career arc between working on trucks in Dunedin, an R&D lab in the Czech Republic, a dishwasher factory in China, building a company specialising in seismic design, first in Christchurch, and then across New Zealand and Australia, and my latest project in engineering artificial intelligence. And despite all of that, my proudest engineering moment isn't related to any of those places or stories. It's about a moment deep in the red centre of Australia when myself and two good mates were about to embark on a 3-day crossing of the Simpson Desert as part of a 3-month off-road motorcycle excursion we did from Perth through to Townsville. So when like this, we were heading out of the last waterhole before the desert, and Rick, one of the guys that was with me, he breaks his clutch cable. He snapped a little bit off the end of the cable, making his bike virtually useless and the desert crossing virtually impossible. A year's worth of planning and logistical effort, and we've tripped up at the starting line of the main event. But it's worse than that because obviously we have planned for this and obviously we have a spare clutch cable. Unfortunately we didn't, and that was all my fault as the spare clutch cable was my responsibility to carry. And I'd forgotten to double check that part of the itinerary, so, and rightly so, Rick and my other mate Doug were extremely disappointed at my incompetence, to put it mildly. Now that was one of those moments where state of mind is imperative. Your mindset has an incredible effect on what you are capable of, and if you can calm your emotions and engage your creative and analytical minds, I truly believe there's not much you can't do, even in the middle of chaos. So I sat down in the middle of the desert beside Rick's bike, and I looked at what we did have and I thought about it, and I'm not exactly sure how or what came together to give me this insight, but I knew that what I needed was to put the little bit back on the end of the clutch cable. It's not a duct tape job, it's not going to do it. And I think I looked at what I had and I remembered something called a wedge bolt, and I realised I could create one. I took a nut and a bolt off my bike, one I didn't need, and I cut a slot in it with a hacksaw. I laid the cable in the hacksaw cut on the bolt and used the nut to wedge the cable secure, and I'd done it. I'd saved the trip. Everyone was happy and I was so very proud of my MacGyver moment. Now, pride comes before a fall, literally. Not an hour later, I was trying to get up and over a particularly loose desert sand dune, and I crashed spectacularly, spraining my shoulder fairly badly. But the good news there is I had remembered to pack the painkillers. This is a bit of a lesson about reality. No matter how good you think you are, the ground is very hard when you fall off. However, if you don't fall, you're not going fast enough. That's why I like business. There's no safety net, which means you learn faster. The market needs you or it doesn't. You get paid or you don't. You make a profit or you go bankrupt. It's high risk, But one of the perpetual laws of the universe is that high reward is always tied to high risk. If it was easy, everyone would do it. So you fall down, and then you get back on the bike and you carry on. I mentioned before the importance of calm and chaos, of engaging your creative and analytical mind. The world that you are entering is vastly different from the world your parents began working in, and it's significantly different to the world I grew up in. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the most significant is technology. In the late 1800s, humanity made great advances in automating the drudgery of physical labour. The first industrial revolution replaced craftsmen and labourers with factories and machines. And domestic appliances replaced hours of work at home. That, coupled with probably the most underrated human invention to date, the female contraceptive pill, means that women are finally getting a chance to demonstrate their value within the workplace. I feel strongly that we have much work to do here yet. Women are not a minority in the world. Last time I checked, they're about 50%. And it annoys me that women are still a minority in many industries and boardrooms of the world. So a special shout out to the women that are graduating into the engineering and technology sectors today. The industry has changed considerably, but you will still be entering a place where outdated views and prejudice are easy to find. Please be assured that there are many in industry that are working hard to support you and all the other unique people that represent the diverse and beautiful society that we live in, because we need all people to be involved and included in what happens next. We are at the front end of the second industrial revolution. Sometime in the next 5 to 50 years, we automate the drudgery of mental labour. I don't know quite when. It's not next year, but it's not more than 50 years out, so that means it's definitely within your careers. This is a fundamental change in how work will happen, because right now our offices are full of people doing tasks that will be done by machines in the future. Just as fast as the typing pools of the 50s disappeared with the invention of the photocopier, anyone that is doing an analytically computational-based task, anything that involves reconciliation, spreadsheets, measuring or quantifying, all these tasks are very likely to be automated, built into an artificial intelligence. Now, I take an optimistic view on this, just as the first industrial revolution largely created civil engineering, by which I mean not military engineering. The second industrial revolution will create a whole new breed of professionals. So how do you thrive in this future world? Engineers at their base are taught an analytical mindset, study the information, recognize the patterns, find the correct solution method, solve the equations, find the answer. This is a very powerful mindset, but it is also the way artificial intelligence thinks. We will need the engineering profession to build the analytical machines that will largely replace themselves. And to be part of that, you will need to augment your engineering skill set with a software development skill set, or at the very least, the ability to translate what the DevOps people are talking about. And once that's done, apart from the makers and maintainers of those artificial intelligence, the majority of our profession will be freed to find new problems to solve. Right now, the world is filled with engineers that are solving the same problem over and over again. The 300th retaining wall that a Christchurch engineer has designed, using the same equations that the Auckland engineer uses, who is one of 200 civil engineers up and down the country working on residential developments, which is only one of 20 or 30 different practice areas, all showing the same underlying repetition of mental tasks. There is literally an army of thousands that, with AI to help take the repetitive analytical load, can turn their minds to new problems. And we have some pretty big problems. Climate change, animal extinction, food scarcity, food wastage, all the problems that the first industrial revolution caused, we will be working to solve in the second industrial revolution, which is our revolution. But we need to think creatively. And I mean that at the individual level, not a general call to industry. Those of us that have mastered the analytical mindset now need to foster our creative mindset as well. Everything that makes the engineering mindset work can be exponentially multiplied in effectiveness when ignited by the creative mindset. So I urge you to find or practice a creative outlet to go alongside your engineering. Learn how to paint or write or dance or sing, and bring that creativity into your work, not just a hobby for the weekend. Learn how to engage the people around you as a team, and spend time together at the hardest thing of all, sitting down amidst the day-to-day chaos and thinking of new ways to do things. Thank you for your time. Again, congratulations and season's greetings.
Matt, we wish to thank you for your address today, but particularly for reminding us of the importance of mindset, for encouraging our graduates to take risks, to be creative and to innovate. And we also wish to show our appreciation for the role you play in championing gender diversity and encouraging women to get into engineering. Please join me once again in thanking Matt. Congratulations to all our graduates whose achievements we celebrate today. I invite our assembled guests to show our appreciation for their achievements. We are confident that with a qualification from the University of Canterbury, you are well prepared to take those risks, to be creative, to innovate, and to make a difference in the world. In recognizing your achievements, I also wish to acknowledge the contribution of those who have supported you throughout your studies, your whānau, friends, and of course your lecturers and the many university staff who may have supported you sometimes quietly in the background. So now I invite our graduates to show appreciation for all those who have supported you in your journey. If you're leaving the University of Canterbury, I wish to assure you that you will always be part of our community. We encourage you through our alumni office to stay in touch with us, and we look forward to hosting you at our future alumni events. I urge you to respond to our Chancellor's challenge, to apply all you have learned during the time you have spent with us as a student, to contribute to making the world of tomorrow better than it is today. Our very best wishes to you and for your future. Ngā mihi nui, kia koutou katoa. We now have come to the end of our formal proceedings. In a moment, I shall invite us all to stand to sing Gaudiamus. The words may be found at the back of your program. To our assembled guests, as a way of honoring the achievements of our graduates, I ask all of those, our guests, whānau and friends, to continue standing while the academic procession and the graduates leave this auditorium. I now invite you to stand for the singing of Gaudiamus.